Hello everybody, I'm Mike and welcome to Omega Survival. I'm going to do a quick review of the S.O.L Pocket Survival Pack. As you can see, it comes in a waterproof container. Very heavy gauge plastic. It seals up real nice. Stay tuned for the review. I'm going to go over some details. To go over the contents quick before I get into actually opening up the survival pack and showing you everything in there, I'm going to just go over the contents of the pack really quick. It is a small roll of duct tape, a small pencil, safety pins, a heavy duty sewing needle, heavy duty nylon thread, aluminum foil, waterproof survival instructions, a button compass liquid filled, number 10 fish hooks, a Fresnel lens, 10 feet of 150-pound test braided nylon cord, 6 feet of stainless steel wire, number 22 surgical scalpel blade, a signal mirror, a snap swivel size 12, sinkers, tinder quicks, waterproof paper, and a whistle. And the container it comes in itself is a container. It's totally waterproof. If you had to store water in it, you could. And let's get into the contents of the pack. Okay, here's the contents. Here's your signal mirror. It has instructions on one side. It has a hole for a lanyard. And the center to sight it in. It does have film on it that you don't want to remove until you're ready to use it to keep it as shiny as possible. You want to be able to have the most reflective surface as possible. Here's that 150-pound test braided line, 10 feet. Here's the whistle, and I blew this whistle and it's actually pretty loud. So there's another signaling device right there. Comes with a very tiny micro pencil. And waterproof paper, kind of similar to Write in the Rain. Waterproof survival instructions. Actually, that's just a registry card. These are the survival instructions right here, in a few different languages, and they're waterproof. A content list, a surgical scalpel, so there's a blade, really heavy duty nylon thread that you might be able to get away with fishing, and definitely gear repair. I have a lot of really high-end gear that I use, and if you need to repair anything out in the field, that would be great for that. It doesn't have a ferro rod, but it does have this, and it shoots a pretty good spark, and you hit the tinder quick with that and it goes right up. I mean, they work pretty good under any condition. If it gets wet, you just let it dry out. There's the liquid filled button compass. If you give it a second, it does point true north. It's a small roll of duct tape around a plastic tube. I don't know, I'd say there may be 5 or 6 feet on there. Steel wire. In an emergency, you might be able to set up a small snare with that for a very small game that might hold a rabbit. If you had to tether it to this to give yourself more length, you could. Here's the 4 tinder quicks. I'll go with that. Here's the Fresnel lens. That's good to keep in the pack too. It's also good for starting fires, so that'll go there. There's the tools. Aluminum foil. It's a pretty big sheet of aluminum foil, and it's much, much thicker than regular aluminum foil. If you had to, in a really bad situation, I've never tried it, but in theory, you should be able to mold this into the shape of a container, and you should be able to boil water in it. I would say at least aluminum foil this thick because it's pretty heavy. You might only be able to get one shot out of it, but you probably could boil water in this in an open fire. And here's the tiny tube. There's the really heavy-duty curved needle. It said it had 3 safety pins, but they must have goofed up because there's 4 in here. There's the fish hooks and the swivel, the snap swivel, and the sinkers. And you also have that little tube if you had to put some tinder in here and keep it dry. You always have that. S.O.L also makes a straight survival emergency fishing kit in a tube this size too that I have in one of my other kits that I've had for a while. It's a pretty good little kit. So I'm Mike with Omega Survival, and this was my desktop review. Somewhere down the road I'd like to take this kit out into the field and put all the different components to the test. But I hope you enjoyed my review, and until next time, thank you for watching.